Hello everybody and welcome to a new Dibblog. It's been quite a while since we've done one of these, but today I'm joined by two guests, which is fucking, I don't know, man, that never happens. And that's my catchphrase now. I add man to like everything I say, man. And today I'm joined by my good friends Nate and Wes, who will be introducing themselves here in a couple minutes when they come back to the mic. This is probably the best audio you'll ever hear from me, first of all, because I'm using some pretty decent equipment compared to what I usually have to work with. And we don't really have a topic. We're just going to be talking some bullshit. Whatever happens, happens. So just bear with us. I'll fucking name the episode whatever I feel like. No censor. You know how I deal. You guys have watched some of my content. And if you haven't before, welcome. Fuck. It's like fucking almost 3 in the morning. I don't care anymore. So we're just going to talk about some shit, and you guys are going to listen, or just close the video. If you close the video after, you know what, fuck you. Alright, let's start this.
Okay, first off, you said 6 swear words in a matter of, 10 seconds. 2, how come you still have bacon grease in the pan over there from when you made bacon? That is disgusting. It looks like whale sperm.
Or a sperm wet.
Or no, not a sperm wet. A sperm wet cannot find that whole thing. That is whale sperm, man. I don't want anything to do with that.
Gross.
Hi, I'm Nathan, by the way. Dear God, man, clean your stuff.
I'm pretty sure you guys have heard from Wes before. Actually, Wes and I are starting a channel called Turn to 3. It's a gaming channel, retro gaming channel.
Check it out.
The first episode will be up. I don't know. I keep having problems with audio where I export it and the audio's not there. But it's
so much rage on his part.
I'll get to it eventually. But we've been talking about just comics and Star Wars and parodies and just all kinds of shit. The last thing we were talking about is Nate going to fucking audition for Barf if they make Spaceballs 2.
Dude, no, if they make a Spaceballs 2, the search for more money, I think it's the quest for more money, I would, seriously, Barf? I wouldn't be Barf! Or like I said, it comes in and it's like, oh, I'm a pup of Barf, I'm puke. Or I'm vomit, something along those lines.
Alright, so
My
okay.
name is Spew.
You like that whale sperm back there.
I need to piss.
Yeah, that stuff was spilling.
We just started and Wes is leaving already.
10 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
Alright, so here's the thing. If they make a new one,
Uh-huh.
who the fuck would play Lone Star? Because he's both... Alright, no, not who would play, but how would he... Because he's both Han Solo and Luke.
They would keep him the same way. They would just...
Alright,
they would literally do it and then make...
Alright,
Rick Moranis as Kylo Ren,
But that's the thing, though, is Luke is still alive, but spoilers, everybody, go watch fucking episode 7. I haven't seen it yet, but fuck you.
It's been out for 9 months?
I haven't seen it yet, but I know the synopsis, I know what happens.
Anyway.
Fucking Han Solo gets murdered, but Luke is still alive. How are they gonna do that? Are they just gonna be like, yeah, I'm a different guy now?
No, my assumption is they're not going to do the killing part. They're going to do, some weird thing with, like how they did in Spaceballs, where he's like, there's something you need to know. I'm your father's uncle's cousin's brother's former roommate. That was the thing. But they're going to do something weird with Lone Star. It's like, I'm your father's uncle, cousin's brother's younger sister. Something weird like that. That's how I think they're going to do it. And if they do it that way, one, it'd be along the same humor lines that Spaceballs was originally, but then add some more flair to it, some newer stuff, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Do you think they'd use a female lead like they do with Rey?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
They'd almost have to.
They would. Did you just...
Yeah,
did you toot back there?
No.
so,
He just made the noise.
I got distracted.
That's the noise he does.
No.
I just heard... Oh my god, I literally thought you just pooped
Yeah,
your
that's
pants.
just a noise he does.
Anyway.
I was coming out of the
No,
back
they would
window.
have to, because if they're going to do... because Spaceballs was a parody of 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
So,
What about 1, 2, and 3?
Fuck
they
him.
need to do that one. That would be amazing.
I don't think they're ever going to touch
They're
it.
not.
If they haven't done it by now, they're not
They're
going
not
to.
going to touch it.
Because no one in this generation would understand it.
Well, no,
I
that's
mean-
not even the thing. See, alright, my thing with the prequels is, had they gone through with their original ideas, where Jar Jar starts as a fucking stupid-ass character, and then he's
fucking mercenary.
alright,
He's a Sith Lord.
he was actually supposed to be,
What?
the big baddie of the
Seven?
prequels.
Yep, of 1, 2, and 3.
He was supposed to be the big, end-all, be-all of the sequel, or of the prequels, And hi, Sophie. That's my cat.
Supposedly in the original 3, it was supposed to be one. He was supposed to be a doofus. Near the end of 1, he was supposed to like kind of take over where.
All right, so like basically,
Maul-
he's still a doofus in front of the main characters, but when it comes like they'll show scenes where he's like evil.
Yeah, think of Palpatine and Pelagius, or not Pelagius, Sidious. My fault.
Wow,
Palpatine.
really?
Palpatine is his Clark Kent, so to speak.
Right.
And
mentor.
Sidious is Sidious is the
No,
Superman.
his fucking alter ego, you moron.
Oh.
Not his fucking.
You realize I've only seen the first one.
You need to. Okay, you've.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I saw the prequels, but I still have them okay
It's
in the
been a
mind.
while.
Wes,
like-
I just met you today, and you dropped like 5 points.
Drop.
I mean,
off.
you've gained a lot. Don't
I
get
know,
me wrong,
but like, I mean, I haven't seen them, like the other two and three, since my sister got them when they came out on
Yeah.
DVD. That was the last time I've seen them, so I don't remember. much
2 is
from them.
okay.
Hang
3
on,
is
everybody.
good.
Sophie
I
has
saw-
her own input. Let's
She gonna
you gonna tell us more?
Stroke her butt.
keep
No? There we go. All right. All right. Any more? What
I
else you gotta say?
just recently watched the first one,
See,
so I
1 and
know
2.
from that. But like, I
One
haven't
is
seen
1
2
is
and
good
3.
because it's got my favorite and one of the
As soon as
most
I put her
powerful
down.
Sith
Come here,
that we have
butthole.
seen in cinematic Darth Maul. And
Have you watched Rebels?
Don't be a butt.
Ever?
I've watched, I think, the first 6 episodes. I know he comes back.
Yeah,
And in Clone Wars, he's back, which both are canon, by the way.
Rebels is more canon than Clone Wars. More canon. I air quotes
Which-
everybody.
Which Clone Wars?
Uh,
That was done by the creator.
CG. They're
Uh,
both done by Gendy Karakovsky.
Not
Gendy.
not the cartoony one, the more 3D animated.
Oh,
They're
the-
both done by the same guy.
The one that had a so in it.
Yeah, the
Sophie,
one
look,
that
I
takes
know that you want to put your input in this, but nobody can
The,
understand Niaz.
The one with the bounty
the,
hunter.
yeah, the
Like
Clone.
with the
We'll see the Clone Wars.
cowboy
the-
hat.
Yeah, frick, what's his name?
I don't remember.
Okay,
Cowboy
so
hat.
when I was in high school, when VHSs were still kind of relevant,
Yeah.
You're dating yourself, but yes.
thanks.
Giggity.
When I was in high school, they had like an entire marathon of the entire animated, not CG,
Yeah,
Clone Wars series.
which in itself was really good.
It took like 3 days. It was like a 3-day marathon, but Cartoon Network did this. I took like 3 VHS tapes
And just recorded
and
the day.
recorded the entire. See, because it would go from like noon till like Adult Swim would start, which was like 8 o'clock ish.
It's like 9, 10.
Back then, yeah, 9, 10. Now it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
But
9,
like,
10.
Oh
I would take a VHS tape and record each day, and I had 3 VHS tapes of the entire animated Clone Wars. I lost them, unfortunately. As most VHSs are just like, I probably have some laying around somewhere of like old. You put them into a TV, it's just like the audio sounds like balls and.
Sounds like someone's eating a thing of like
Eating a
crack
bag
Look,
of
I'm-
dicks.
with the wrapper still on it.
Right.
Okay, anyway.
The audio for VHS anymore is terrible. The video's not that great, but
That's the sound you get.
Yeah. Doritos.
But like, I had the entire thing, and I loved Gendy Carrot.
Tartakovsky.
Thank you. His art style is one of my
fucking phenomenal.
favorite animation art styles, and I can't wait for fucking Samurai Jack to come back. Cartoon Network Adult Swim this fall.
Dude, I
you know-
have. Okay, I'm gonna interrupt real quick. I have the biggest hard on for when I heard that. No. When I heard that they're
I
gonna.
For,
never-
every, for reference, everybody, I just looked at his crotch.
Yes. I've got the biggest hard on for that when I first heard that. I was just like, I'm sorry, what?
Nathan and I almost did a Samurai Jack abridged for the TIBA Team 4-star abridged contest thing. I went on vacation. He had to work almost the entire time I was on vacation. So we just didn't really have a whole lot of time to work on things. It was supposed to be done in a month. We had a pseudo script, and then we just it just didn't work out because like
Fell apart.
one, we didn't really know each other as well as we do now. So like our minds weren't as linked when it comes to writing things as okay.
now.
We're working on a project. If you watched my last update video, you'll know about this project. We're working on a project, and this fucking like we'll come up with ideas at work and just bounce them off each other. And like I'll come up with something, dude, you're fucking scaring me right now. I thought the same exact fucking thing.
We need a swear counter for you. It's like something in the background that goes ding, 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 and every
just
time
like-
you swear, and at the end of this, we're like, swear counter is at 6,555.
6,412.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to get like one of them.
But
step
like,
counters.
like he'd be like, dude, you're scaring me right now. I was thinking the same thing. That happens more often than I can freaking count.
Now you're
Caught myself
watching
that time.
yourself.
I caught myself that time.
Don't be a
That
dick.
that happens way more
Be a
than I
dude.
thought it would. Like,
That's actually really impressive.
like there was one time where I was camping. I was nowhere near Nate, and I was like, hey man, what if we did this? And he'd be like, holy crap, I was thinking the same thing. And then there was another time where I was at home. It was like, I don't know.
like 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, hey man, so I really think we have something with it. This is like the exact message. I really think we have something with it. I want to do something with it. And I was thinking maybe like a motion comic. He's like, oh my god, you're scaring me right now. I was like, what are we, like in my mind I was like, what are we moving with this too fast? He's like, I was thinking the same
It's like a
exact
bad
thing.
relationship.
We're moving too fast. We need to take it slow, Chris.
Slow down, boy.
I'm not ready for this kind of commitment yet.
Right, and I was like,
Jeez.
what are we, what's going on? Why am I scaring you? What's going on? He's like, I was thinking the same thing. And I was like, alright man, we're on the same page with this. This is a good thing.
Let's rock and roll.
But anyway, where were we? Because I lost track.
I don't know. You got off on a tangent. And I forgot to.
Darth Jar Jar Binks.
Oh yeah, Darth
Sidious.
Jar Jar is where we were.
So like he was supposed to be the
Jar
end all
Jar.
be all of the
Jar Jar.
prequels,
Jar.
and
Jar.
people hated Jar Jar so
Jar
much
Jar.
they abandoned the fucking concept. I wish they didn't abandon the concept because like if,
No, what happened was, they abandoned the concept, but it was when he was put into Episode 1. Everyone had such a negative reaction because George Lucas was like, "This is what's going to happen." And everyone was like, "No, we fucking hate
fucking
Jar Jar."
annoying.
And yeah, he was annoying. Everyone's like, "He's just like,
I liked
this
him
is
as a
gonna do
character.
this." It's like,
Means are gonna fuck your mom.
it's okay, not that far. But
Please no.
George
It's like-
Lucas was like, "No, we can't do. Wes is dying." Like, well, they hate him, so I can't make him into the end all be all. Let's just kind of push him off to the side and hope everyone forgets him. Well, we didn't there, George.
They
That
didn't
is-
forget him. He was so stuffed into our memories in the first
Still understand.
prequel version of the Lego Star Wars games. To kill him is just an open option. Like as soon as he appears, you can kill him, and everybody was like, "I'm gonna do that for the rest of this game."
You're dead to me, Jar Jar.
I actually like Jar Jar. I mean, he
do
was
we have
annoying.
any drinks left? I could
We
go for.
have soda still. We have.
Yeah, like.
Dude, make me a code red.
Wait, we still have the
Holy shit, we do. We have like a whole thing of that in there.
We still have Pepsi left.
Pepsi
Sure, make
Man.
me another one of those.
Pepsi Man.
I am an alcoholic at this point. Okay, we're recording this at
You're a big
3
Pepsi
hours
man.
into my birthday. Thank you everyone for saying happy. Nobody's gonna
Happy
say happy.
birthday!
Fuck you guys. Nobody cares. Nobody actually cares about me. Nobody watches my shit. I don't.
Because-
You know what? I have 76 subscribers. My goal of 2016 is to hit 100, and we're in September. I've been at 76 for a
You
good.
never know. This one podcast, because of me, could be a giant hit.
Yeah,
Next
okay.
thing you know, you're at 3,000. Damn, I dropped the cup.
Look at this guy with his ego over here.
Hey, you never know. Turn it to me might actually be a hit.
All right, but I'm saying my Dibblerulez channel is at 76 subscribers. Turn to 3 has 0 right now. Bro Gaming has 6 right now. My channels altogether, I have about 80 some subscribers. My goal for the end of 2016 was 100.
That's 87 more than I have.
I don't know how many I have.
Who's your...
You have -1 subscribers.
I have wait, did you say 87 or
You
86?
said 87.
Oh, okay, yeah, I have -1 subscribers. Someone literally was like, unsubscribe. Like, he didn't even subscribe. He's like, screw you.
Yeah, he wasn't even subscribed and he still hit unsubscribe.
And I was like, option.
But like, my goal for 2016 was 100. In the middle, in like early June when I hit 75, I was like, oh my god, this is a possibility.
Just eat.
And you know what video did it?
What?
There's a guy I watch. His name is Loxton.
Mm-hmm.
He also goes by his channel
Noggin.
name was originally Noggin, and he did a bunch of theory videos. He wanted to get away from the theory thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, right now his biggest video is a giant Pokemon theory, and I bounced an idea. He bounced an idea off of me that basically made me make this video called
It was the reboot.
it's the reboot theory. He has a Pokemon.
Once in a red and blue reboot.
No, not just that. He has a reboot theory saying like Sun and Moon could be the end of Pokemon.
Oh, yeah,
before
where
It
they,
ends the arc
where
of
Nintendo killed
Pokemon
Hombre?
and reboots everything.
What? No.
I saw. Yeah, Harambe. Whatever.
Dicks out for Harambe.
Yes. No, I read this.
Everybody take a moment of silence, whip your dick out. Ladies, you too. We're all gonna whip our dicks out. Please don't. I hope that picked up.
So did I.
Anyway, even Sophie meowed for... Anyway, so he has this theory out saying that Sun and Moon could be the end before a big reboot for Pokemon. If you watch the video, I'll link it somewhere, either on screen as I'm talking about it, or like at the end they describe... you know what, whatever. It'll be there somewhere.
How would they do a reboot? Because they've already got, like...
See, that's the thing.
Basically...
He went into it in his latest video. If they were to reboot the series, they're going to use the whole Alchemy and Mysterious Beasts.
No. Alright, so basically...
They're going to end the first arc that they've been working on since 1996 and reboot it to...
different gameplay mechanics. Like, it's a
Same
new
characters,
game,
more
but it's still
designs.
Pokemon. You
Yeah,
know?
I get
Designs.
that, but with things like the only thing I can think of is like, okay, with Gold and Silver, they pretty much rebooted it with Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
No, that's a
It was
remake.
a soft reboot, in a sense.
That's a
Oh,
remake.
so
Okay,
they're
so
gonna just pretty much lay out a whole new framework.
so basically, you know how they made Zelda like an open world, blah blah blah.
Oh my goodness.
They're thinking like making Pokemon like an open world adventure in Kanto, like remaking Red and Blue in on like a console where it's like open world.
He said
You-
something about
blah, blah.
possibly...
Skyrim style.
Skyrim, right? And that would technically, because it's not the same kind of game, it would be a reboot.
He said
So-
something about it possibly being rebooted on the NX if it were to be a thing that would happen.
Oh my
Anyway,
goodness, Sophie.
back to my original thought on this. One of my most popular videos right now is what I would like to see in a Pokemon reboot, and I basically say I would love to see like a Pokemon full-fledged open world MMO
That would be awesome. I would like to see something along the lines of like,
where it takes place in the past. Pokeballs haven't been invented yet, so you have to have a party of 6, and they just follow you. Any more than 6, they get transferred to like some ranch or whatever the fuck. You have to keep going back to drop off Pokemon and transfer Pokemon because you can only have 6. So like, say you have 6 already and you run into something new, you can't fucking tame it and make it. You can't catch them, so you have to tame it, make it respect you and follow you. But you can only have 6 in the party at once, so you have to take your 6 back to that ranch,
or to a nearby ranch. Or
right?
whatever.
Drop it off, and switch out whatever you want. Because there's no PC system. There's no Pokeballs, there's no PC system. Anyway, I've thought about it more since I've made the video. If you want to check out that video where I explain my thoughts on that, there's a link somewhere. I don't care.
Probably below, whatever.
Anyway, but the thing like I was thinking of was like have an open world like Skyrim, whatever.
Are you getting Legendary, or not a Legendary, the remastered for PS4?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I want it, but it's probably not like must buy for me.
No, it's not. A
Sun and
must-buy.
Moon
It's
and
a
Dragon
game
Ball
that's on the
Xenoverse
back
2 are my buys for
It's
this
not-
year.
It's a back burner game.
I have big events happening in my life which I am not comfortable talking about on the internet yet because that's... Shut the fuck up!
And ching.
She's angry.
Swear counter. She's angry at you. Anyway.
There's events happening in my life that I can't spend a whole lot of money on a bunch of shit anymore. So I've narrowed it down to the 2 games, my 2 favorite franchises, Dragon Ball and Pokemon. Those are 2 games, Xenoverse 2 and Sun, or I'm actually getting Moon.
Yeah, I'm getting sunburning.
I'm getting those 2 games. That's it for this year. Anything else I get has to be a gift. Hint, hint. Everybody check my Amazon wish list.
Anyway,
You gotta
no,
link
like
that
something
shit.
like Skyrim, but in the terms of like it's all like first person or over the shoulder third person or something, you know, a little back.
Kind of like Arkham Asylum.
I
Yes.
don't like first... I'm not good at first person. It's disorienting to me.
Okay, so like a third person or something like that, where like it's still like in present times or whatever. You got the Pokeballs and whatnot, but like you walk around and you know how like in Final Fantasy you walk around and all of a sudden it's like or whatever.
Well, in
like that.
in
however,
more-
but
in more-
only when you're in high grass.
in more modern day Final Fantasy games, more modern day Final...
No, you see them.
You're right, and you can avoid them if you want, but if you really want to fight them and or catch them in this case, you go walking right into them and you're in an initiates the battle. How do you guys feel about... Have you watched or played any of the 15 stuff yet?
I played the little demo they released.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Platinum demo?
Yeah.
That's a bad example.
Well, that's the only one I played. Now
Right.
I hear that
I have
the actual demo or the actual stuff they gave out. I think it was
Episode Dusk or whatever.
Was it whatever the last con was?
Oh, okay. They put out a new thing?
They put out a new thing, and it was
Oh my
like
God.
And that wasn't Comic-Con. It was something. Maybe it was Comic-Con. I don't know.
E3.
The last, maybe it was E3. You're right, buddy. Spin everywhere.
No, there's a hole in my mouth.
Okay.
Fucking everywhere.
Like
She wants your
the
drink.
last big game thing they did,
Oh, man.
they released a more of a. It wasn't really a demo. It was like the first 2 levels,
Right.
and everyone, from my understanding, were like, "Holy moly!"
All right. So the thing is one of the weirdest reviews I've read is
Oh.
it was on the Facebook if video games had Facebook thing that I showed you the other day,
Yeah.
where the one guy's like, they'll turn it into a road trip buddy movie, blah blah blah, that has no substance, blah blah blah, and even though all the critics say it's stupid and boring, everybody's gonna love it. All right, first of all, I've played episode Dusk or Dusku or whatever the fuck it's called, ding. Whatever it's called. I got Type 0 HD. It came with a free demo. It's free Platinum demo, so some of the features aren't as refined as they are in the Platinum demo. But anyway, you get to actually walk around as the party, as it will be in the final game, and like battle and everything. Noctis, if you haven't checked out the Brotherhood Final Fantasy 15 anime, that gives a lot of cool backstory. It makes you actually feel for the characters a little more. Everything they're putting out, also the Kingsgrave Final Fantasy 15 CG movie is out now. I've seen it on PlayStation Network. It's like $15. I haven't bought it or seen it yet. I plan on doing that soon. Everything they've been putting out before the game, which it got delayed, by the way. Sorry, everybody. If you don't know that already.
Shocking.
Right.
Final Fantasy getting delayed. Oh no!
All right. Well, look. I don't get mad about delays.
Crap together, Square Enix.
You know I don't get mad about delays? If you delay a game, it's because you don't feel it's ready yet. You feel like you need to fine-tune something.
That's why they've been
The
delaying Zelda.
only times I've seen where a delay has ended up in a massive
failure.
disappointment, I won't say failure, disappointment, Skyward Sword. I hate the controls in Skyward Sword.
Yeah, they
I
could
don't-
refine it a little
I
bit.
don't
I mean,
like-
as a right-handed person,
The story I hear is
I like it.
phenomenal, but I can't get myself past the fucking like the second level, because the controls. I go to walk and I just jump into fucking lava all the time. And I'm done with this. I can't.
The delay thing is one of my pet peeves because it's not like I get delays. Yeah, you want to make it better, you want to make it perfect, so the customers love it. I get that. I understand that. But when you push something back 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, it's just like,
why make it?
why did you even say this release date if you're just gonna push it back
Like
a
what they
whole
did
nother
with Uncharted 4.
Okay,
They pushed
Uncharted
it
was
back
only
like
pushed
4
back
times.
twice.
Oh, was?
Twice.
I thought it was pushed back.
Would you-
Originally, it was supposed to launch in I think March.
Knock over my staff.
It was originally supposed to be
weekly,
launched in
right?
March.
Oh, sorry.
They pushed it back to like April 10th, which was like 2 weeks. They pushed it back 2 weeks.
And then they pushed
Okay,
it back
Naughty
again.
Dog. Think about Naughty Dog for a
No,
second.
like,
The Uncharted games,
Great.
are fucking phenomenal. Everybody loves the Uncharted games. Well, I mean, I haven't actually played them, but I hear they're good.
they're,
Oh, yeah.
they're great.
When you beat them and then you get the ability to use or to play as Donut Drake, it just gets so much
Or
better.
Donut Drake. Is he in 4 too? Okay.
The
He nodded,
games-
everybody.
Yeah.
He needs to talk. He doesn't
Donut
understand.
Drake.
He doesn't understand that people can't see him.
It's a podcast, not a
It's
video blog.
Literally, like
Vlog.
you got standard Drake, who's like me or him, where he's
And I've seen
almost skinny and
I've
kinda
seen
muscular.
Donut Drake.
He's
And
more.
then-
He's more me. No offense. He's more me than you.
Donut Drake is just like straight. You've got the pudge on the
You
face.
could do a decent Nathan
The
Drake
belly.
cosplay.
Thank you.
So could our friend Elliot.
I remember. Yeah, he's married to. This is an edit so that you don't hear any names that I said. I'm gonna have to bleep the fuck out of that. Anyway, we're not trying to put personal
Now,
names on
are
the
you
internet.
gonna bleep the fuck out of it like you did with the one Pokemon game, or completely forget about it and then just do some weird editing thing like you did with the one Pokemon game you showed me?
Man, I didn't forget about that.
You just elected not to do
I
it.
said I'm gonna have to edit that. I didn't say I'm gonna bleep it. I said edit it, and I edited it, and it
What?
said "suck my dick," ding,
it
Oh
was.
my god.
and I wink. I wink.
It was.
I don't know what
It
I'm
was just
missing
funny.
right now, but
I'll show you later.
anyway, you can. after
Sophie, we're trying to do a thing here.
After you beat the first, second, and third, you can go back in because
I already knew. I knew about Donut Drake.
Yeah,
Is-
well,
I was just asking, is he in the 4th as well?
yes,
Okay.
he is after you complete it. But the fun thing I like that they did with Donut Drake is that
They actually
you
enhanced
can't-
the mechanics to be a fat guy.
Exactly. And on top of that, with the remaster that they did for PS4 with the Nathan Drake collection, they give you an actual trophy for doing a complete speed run of the game as Donut Drift.
That's fucking awesome.
The first one is called The Fat and the Furious.
Yep.
That's
And
awesome.
then
Too Fat, Too Furious.
Too Fat, Too Furious, and the third one is oh shit, what is it?
I played
Donut something or other,
Yeah.
Donut Drift. It sounds like a Mario Kart level.
Donut Drift. Donut Drift actually does like. What you guys would play? Rainbow Road? Nah, everyone's gonna die there. Excite
I'm
Boat
actually
Track?
super
No.
surprised none of us chose Rainbow Road earlier on.
No, because we value our friendship is why.
So,
I like the newer Rainbow Road. Like N64.
but anyway, back on what I was saying is like delays happen because they try to fine tune things and make them better.
Mhm.
I mean, like I said, it's okay. Push it back 1 or 2 times. When you push it back multiple times and say,
Skyward-
"Oh, it's gonna be released."
Twilight
September,"
Princess was announced like shortly after Wind Waker came out. They announced Twilight
Yeah.
Princess. Twilight Princess did not come out till my senior year of high school,
It was like 4 years.
which was 2009.
It was like 4 years. I don't know. Like,
And then they HD remake.
like I get that. I get that games take a while to make, and
When-
I get that it's fine tuning stuff that.
When they
But you should know
originally
your crew enough to know that it's like, oh, we're gonna have a game out in a year and a half. Like, you should know your crew enough to say, okay, that's not plausible for this game. Let's make it 2.5.
All right,
if
you know-
something goes wrong, something goes
Metal
wrong.
Gear Solid 5 is a good example of this. Do you know why Metal Gear Solid 5 kept getting pushed back? Because Kojima would be like, all right, it should be done
Yes.
around this time. Konami would
He
be like,
didn't
all right,
specify.
everybody, here's the new release date. Kojima would not give them a date.
No.
He said this is when it should
No
be done
specific
by.
date, but Konami would be like, here's the new release date, everybody.
Kojima. I can't
Shrug.
speak over your fapping noises.
Sorry, that's Konami, everybody. Fuck Konami. Hashtag fuck Konami.
Hashtag fuck Metal
Kojima
Gear
is
Survive.
he's a god among the video game community. He is.
They dare freaking
He's
Kojima.
right up there with Gabe Newell. Like, but
Horrible.
Konami has this horrible habit of just like, especially with Kojima, just butchering it. They lost. If I remember correctly, they lost.
They
2
cut the
people.
original ending out of because he couldn't finish the game. I said in air quotes, because they couldn't finish the game in time. They cut the original ending and gave it some bullshit ending that Kojima had to just throw together.
But they lost 2 people. They lost
What was the
the
original?
Mega Man, the guy that made Mega Man.
Oh, in a Fune.
Yeah,
Inafune.
and they lost the guy that made Metal Gear. Two big creators that
Konami
made
was- no.
made Konami.
Mega Man was Capcom, dude.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Wah,
I thought
wah.
Konami.
It
Yeah.
literally took me a second, but that was Capcom.
Either way, okay, my fault.
Capcom?
Yeah, okay.
Capcom.
Well, Capcom did the same thing. All right, Mega Man is. There's like one other.
Yoshiaki, you know,
Is what helped make Capcom Capcom.
I'm sorry,
When you think of
Inafune, but
Capcom, you think Mega Man or Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Capcom was that also Castlevania? Or was that Konami?
That was Konami.
Konami was Castlevania.
That's what I thought. All right, so the biggest thing that pisses me off about Konami right now is Kojima
Lack of
devoted 20 years of his goddamn life to the series, fucking writing this bullshit in his head, and just creating all these fucking plots and
Masterpiece.
It's
subplots.
masterpiece. It's masterpiece. Is what it is.
Exactly.
Creating this completely, utterly,
He made one
almost
of the
flawless
most phenomenal
masterpiece.
series ever made.
It's not even like Metal Gear Solid is a fantastic. It's not my favorite game. I haven't I played like
But the
3 or 4, but like I can
the
respect.
overall-
I can love the fact that this game is like it just
There's so much heart into it.
yeah, and it messes with your mind. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
And then they took it. And then they were like, what do kids like these days? Zombie games. Fuck it, we'll make a Metal Gear zombie game. Hey, Kojima. Oh, wait, you're fired. Fuck you, we're gonna make our own game.
Yeah.
It's like with Umbrella Corps.
They took his fucking Fox engine that him and his team developed. Fucking sweat and blood and tears went into that shit to make this game.
Very angry.
I am angry because they
He
fucked
is
him. They fucked him on
very
this.
angry. No,
Fucking
you're-
pointing fingers
You're
at shit.
getting very passionate about this.
I am forefinger pointing at shit right now.
It's crazy.
Still, it is a dick move what
No,
they did.
it-
They had
And
no
they
right
made
to
Metal
use
Gear
Fox engine.
Survive. And like, it's set in an alternate Metal Gear universe. Fuck you, Konami. Fuck you, alright?
Suck my alternate reality dick. My
Right.
first swear.
Alright, Konami, honestly, Konami,
Fuck that, Lord,
just,
yes.
I honestly hope you guys fail as a company with your fucking pachinko machine Metal Gear. Alright,
What?
All right, in Japan, they made a Metal Gear Solid 3 pachinko machine where the cutscenes are made with the Fox engine. Metal Gear Solid 3, 2000. I don't fucking know.
13, 14, 15.
Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favorite Metal Gear Solid game. 5 is a close second.
Boom.
But they made Metal Gear Solid 3 cutscenes with the Fox engine, which makes them look fan-fucking-tastic. And they made it into a pachinko machine game in arcades.
That is a vastly underuse of resources.
Yep.
That is like...
It looks so beautiful, but it's so
That's
fucking
like-
stupid. That pissed when I saw the trailer for that. I was like, "Oh my god, are they remaking 3?" And then I saw that it like zooms out and it's like a bunch of different screens, and it's like cut in, each screen is like cut in half because pachinko machine, and like it's like Metal Gear Solid 3, fucking whatever, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And
it's like
first
it's
of all,
it's a vast misuse of a great resource. That's like
it's virtual pachinko too because it's
Yeah.
Japan and.
Japan.
Japan comes up with
It's like we
fucking
need
robots
enough-
that can suck dicks and everything, and we're over here in America like we have a new watch that can like
It's waterproof. It's dustproof. It's scratch.
we have a
it's
waterproof
fuckproof.
watch that keeps track of your activity throughout the day and like can play Pokemon. Cool.
Yeah, I'm
they have
sorry.
robots over there that give you hand jobs.
Handy J.
Get with the program,
Why are we
America.
talking?
Zing.
Okay, why are we talking about sex bots right now? Like, where did this turn? We're
Because-
talking about Metal Gear Solid.
because-
Now we're talking about sex bots.
Because Japan's technology.
Think
is
of
where
how
I'm getting at.
robotic Metal Gear Solid went.
Anyway, Japan has these pachinko machines. It's all touchscreen now, and it like just shows like this fucking HD 4K video in the background while you're playing this fucking
don't see-
pachinko machine. And like it's retarded. It really is
I
retarded.
don't see how
but
you
they use Metal Gear.
digitize pachinko though. Like,
It's
Where's
the
the
thing.
chance?
You hit a button.
That's the thing. The chance. That's why I don't like.
where's the chance?
You
I
hit the-
don't like equate. You can't equate.
Mitomo, where the
Oh, I fucking hate those games sometimes.
in Mitomo you have to. There's a pachinko game where you can get a chance to win fucking
Only
certain
you
items.
drop people.
You
Right.
can't
That's a
equate
pachinko machine.
chance.
That's the same. This is the same concept. Only they have like a video playing in the background of like whatever franchise the
distracted.
pachinko machine is. Well, kind of, but like you hit the button and just ding 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 ding. Like anyway, and it's Metal Gear Solid 3, and they recreated like the final cutscene in one of the final cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid 3 in this beautiful Fox engine rendered like.
Video.
I've never seen Metal Gear Solid 3 look so good. And they fucking put it into a, they just made it into a pachinko game. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, fucking,
Pachinko.
Pachinko, right.
Metal Gear
And
Solid, pachinko.
that was the point where I was like, Konami, you've lost all my respect. And then months later,
It's like
Metal Gear
shooting
Survive.
a deer with an artillery gun.
Metal Gear Survive.
Like, I'm a going. I got it. It's like
Metal Gear Survive, I still refuse to watch the trailer because I don't give a shit about this game.
I watched it at work and I was just like, really?
I still can't get over
Really?
the fact of
Like,
this was a simple conversation between all three of us, and now Chris is like on the
Rage.
verge of rage.
he's been hit with a wave of rage.
Konami pissed me off when they fired Kojima because Metal Gear Solid 5 is taking too long.
That's the
This
whole
turned
reason
from
they
a
got rid of him,
podcast
too,
to a rant
right?
cast.
Has anybody played Metal Gear Solid 5? Have you? No, you haven't. Have you?
I haven't.
No, you have not. Metal Gear Solid 5 is I love this game. I haven't beaten it yet. I love Metal Gear Solid 5.
Podcast of Chris ranting. it's funny.
Hey.
No offense, it's just funny. It's like
Well,
we're just sort of just like okay, we'll just let him go.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5 is one of my favorite
Language.
games on the PlayStation 4. They're actually later this year. They're releasing a Metal Gear Solid 5 full fucking whatever master pack where it comes with Ground Zeroes, Phantom Pain, all the DLC. If I can pick it up, I'd really love to. Hey, anybody who's related to me and listening to this, I want that for Christmas. Anyway,
See, that's just not subtle at all.
I enjoyed Ground Zeroes.
Ground
I
Zero,
really
I
did.
did play.
I got
enjoyed it.
all right. I beat Ground Zeroes. Sorry, Wes. I beat Ground Zeroes. I got to the point where I got to do the Deja Vu mission and got to run around as like 8-bit Snake.
Oh my god.
It's well, you don't run around as 8-bit Snake in the Deja Vu mission. You run around as normal Snake, but like certain things you see or like interact with
On
Show-
MGS.
show like flashbacks of MGS1, not Metal Gear, but Metal Gear Solid 1
On the PS1.
on PlayStation 1. And you have to beat this mission by recreating scenes from the original game.
Oh my god, what?
That's
Yes.
intense.
There's a second.
Isn't there one where Psycho Mantis actually comes out?
There's a part in Deja Vu mission where like he
comes out of like another psychic and he's like, "I'll read your what? I'll disconnect your control. What's not connected? No!" And he dies.
It's something weird, but I don't remember. It's been a little bit since I've done it. The TV like this used to be over here.
Mantis.
Anyway, so like that I did all that. And then there's a second mission you get to do. You run around as Raiden.
Oh my god.
Full cyborg Raiden.
I could say
Like Metal Gear Rising Raiden? Or just
Rising Raiden.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Fox Engine rendered Raiden. Beautiful, first of all.
Oh my god.
It's called the
Wes got a boner.
Javezu or something like that. Anyway,
Javezu.
you have to find these.
Vengeance.
There's like these aliens taking over, but they look like other humans. But you have to use one of Raiden's like special techniques to figure out which ones are which. Like you push a button and it like shows a special vision mode.
It gives him like some kind of weird VR vision or something.
Alien
it puts a
detection.
mask over his face. Because he had it in Revengeance.
Right.
There was an ability that you could activate and it would show you like weak points. But it
Anyway,
went from seeing his face to
It shows
having
like
a
the
mask.
vitals of people.
Oh, it's like that little weird thing. he
Yeah,
does
the VR
that-
mask that just kind of appears out of nowhere.
Well, anyway, it shows like which ones are humans and which ones aren't the humans. And you have to kill every single one of every single last one of the not human characters. Whatever. And that mission was really fun. If you beat both missions and then upload your save data to Ground Zeroes, or not Ground Zeroes, Phantom Pain, you get special skins.
Cool.
The one special skin you get is PS1 version of Snake,
That's awesome.
and you can run around in this lush, beautiful world.
As,
Fucking
like, polygons.
Yes.
Great.
And it's really funny and
We
fucking...
have come through massive age of technology to make the PS4 look gorgeous. Here, have some polygons.
So, like, in cutscenes, it's really funny. Because, like... Because...
What was that noise?
Anyway, Metal Gear. So, like, it'll, like, zoom in on, like, especially ones that zoom in on his face.
It's just
Because
like
in any
polygon.
cutscene...
When his
One
head's,
thing
like,
I
bobbing.
love about the Metal Gear Solid 3 and following is any costume, because you could switch costumes from there on, any costume you're wearing is automatically somehow in the cutscene. It just, like, knows.
No, holy crap. I was just talking about this to a friend of mine, where it was Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 was made for the PS...
3.
Three?
Three.
Okay, PS3.
Resident Evil 4 was made for
360, PS3.
GameCube.
And the GameCube as well.
4 was for...
GameCube.
GameCube.
Right.
PS2.
5...
So anyway, it was a long time
Wait,
ago.
did you say 4 or 5?
5.
5
It was
is...
a long time
I
ago.
said 4.
I said 5, he said 4.
Okay.
A long time ago. Either way, it's a long time ago.
Because 4 on the
At least
GameCube-
one console generation. Continuing.
So when you beat it, you could get different costumes. Full Metal, Chris, Huntress Sheva, whatever. Fairy Tale Sheva. stuff
Quick
like that.
pause. Is the guy in 5 the same guy as in 4?
No.
Okay.
That is
Leon.
Leon. 5 is Chris Redfield.
Redfield.
He is the same in Revelations.
Who's the guy from 1?
That is Leon.
Leon?
Yes.
Okay, anyway, continue.
And you would click on the outfit, and it would show in game, and then when it goes to a cutscene, it will be in the cutscene. So this was many years ago. It's for some reason game companies have gone away from it. They go, like, yeah, you can play this cool skin, and then revert to a cinematic skin, which
I hate that shit.
exactly it
takes you out.
away, it takes you out.
Because you're like, I'm this character, ha ha ha, and then it goes to a
It's just like-
cutscene and you're not that
No.
character anymore.
That's why, and then like Sleeping Dogs did it too, where whatever costume you're wearing would do it. So like games are bringing that back. It's like with couch play. You can play with your friends on a couch. That was a big thing, like with the SNES and NES, and then we got away from it because during the PS2, PS3 era, Xbox 360.
Well, okay, PS2 was
because
still...
exactly.
PS2 was still couch. 3 got away from it.
Yeah, three got away from more than PS2 did. The PS2 had the capability.
PS2
Okay,
needed
PS2
a-
introduced online play, I guess.
It did, but you needed a massive thing to plug into it just to
Exactly.
do that.
Not
Just
that
like
one.
the GameCube.
Not
Well,
that
the Slims you didn't, but
No,
the large
the big-
ones, like
the
what I
chunky
have,
ones you did.
you
Anyway,
had to
continue.
get the large-
Yeah, there's an LAN adapter you
The
needed.
PS3 got away from when the multiplayer, so you got online. So then PS3, Xbox 360 online,
early PS4, early Xbox One. Look at all this online stuff, a lot of games. That's what it's focused on. You can play online with your friends. You don't have to leave.
And then like a bunch of our
And now their main focus point nowadays is like, guess what? You can play with 2 controllers on the couch with your friends. It's like you're marketing this as something brand new. And
all right. See, the thing is they're trying to market back to our generation, the nostalgia boner generation at this point, because okay,
Yeah.
I heard it explained perfectly to me the other day.
Nostalgia.
It was on YouTube. The reason that our generation is so obsessed with 90s, late 80s, early 90s stuff is because our generation is finally old enough to have jobs and buy things for ourselves. So what do we want? Huh?
Oh, okay. I thought we were stopped for a second on the podcast.
No, we're still going.
What?
Nah, man.
We're 40
So
minutes.
the reason is we're finally old enough to have money.
We're at that point where
And,
some of
like,
us have
enough
kids.
enough money to just spend our money on whatever the fuck we want. What do we want? We want shit that reminds us of a
Our
simpler time.
Our childhood.
of when like
That's
stuff
why
that we wanted
Nintendo's
to get that our
putting out-
parents wouldn't get us.
That is why nostalgia, early 90s stuff, nostalgia for our generation has become a giant thing right now. Early 90s stuff. So
Excuse me.
Holy balls, my man!
I apologize,
Did you
everyone.
get any on? I think you got some on me.
No, well,
That was a
No.
fouche roda. That wasn't a burp.
there's a hole in my wall. I need to go change.
sorry.
I feel dirty.
So like, game companies are trying to cater to our generation. The nostalgia goggles generation at this point. Well, every generation does it. That's why.
Generations.
That's why in the fucking early 2000s, 80s were trying to come back.
Yes.
That's why in the 2010s, 90s are trying to come back. I swear to God, in the 2020s, early 2000s, everybody's gonna be like, "Holy shit!"
Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, Backstreet Boys.
That's late. That's late 90s.
Yeah, they're
That's
making
still
a comeback.
that's still us, unfortunately.
NSYNC has already come back,
Yeah, true.
effectively.
What I
They
really
came back-
want, what I really want, I'll tell you what I want.
Tell you what you want. What you really want.
To keep on topic, I'll tell you what I want. What I really want.
Okay.
I want a PlayStation console. They can play fucking any PlayStation game.
4, 3.
They're
2,
not gonna do it.
1.
No, they're not because it's not.
It's good marketing.
It's
It's good marketing, but it's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea to them because who has those games anymore? Fucking everybody.
Exactly.
Look at right now. Okay,
They
you can't
don't-
see. You
they
guys
don't want to do that.
shut the fuck up. You guys can't see this right now, but I have all 4 PlayStations. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them. I have games for each of them. The only reason I have all 4 is because I can't play PS2 games on my PS3. I can't. I mean, I can play PS1 games on my PS3, but I'd rather have it on a PS1 because I'm a collector. Fuck you. I'll do what I want. But I can't play PS3 games on my PS4. Therefore, I have to keep my PS3. I can't play PS2 games on the PS. Whatever the fuck I just said. So I got to keep my PS2. PlayStation 1 is like PS2 and 3 are completely backwards compatible with the PS1. So, like, technically I didn't need it, but I got it for $1, so whatever, man.
I'm gonna interrupt you quick. Take a breath when you talk. Holy
Yeah,
hell!
like, it's a good marketing idea, but it's also a bad idea.
All right,
because
so
they won't be able to capitalize on it.
It's Sony's panic button in my eyes. They're thinking, oh, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna have it all designed out. This is what's gonna be backwards compatible for everything. So like PS6 is gonna fall, and they're just gonna be like, no one wants this. Quickly, make it backwards compatible with everything.
They can't
the biggest thing
capitalize on
is
it. That's the problem.
the biggest thing
They
is
can't resell PS2 games, PS1 games, PS3 games.
PS2 and PS4
Because
at least. Okay, the first run of PS4 or PS3, I'm sorry.
they can't
The
remake
first
that.
run,
That's why they PS now.
the first run of PS3 had PS2 backwards compatibility. They took it out.
No
Why the
shit.
fuck? Why would they take it out?
Really?
That's the dumbest thing they could have done.
I didn't know that. I didn't get my PS3 until it was
The
like
very first run.
That's why, like,
I
Wes
got
and
the
I were just
slide
saying.
top PS3 just
Wes and I-
before PS4 came
Yeah,
out.
Wes and I were just saying that they can't, like I was just saying, they can't make money if you
They
make it
can't
backwards compatible.
capitalize on something they can't make again.
Yes, they won't remake PS1 games, they won't remake PS2 games. If they're going to do that, they're going to remaster them and put them on PS4 or PS5 or whatever's at the time.
Digital.
That's the whole thing with PSN. Is, okay, yeah, you guys want to play these new games? Or these old games?
Then-
sure.
then fucking-
You can do it. You can do a monthly subscription of like fucking $15 a month. Add
Right
it
now,
on to your whatever. You
Right now,
want.
PSN. Right now, PS Now.
Oh, PS Now. That's what it is. Not PSN.
Right now, PSN, PlayStation Now, or PlayStation Now, whatever, man. Right now, they have a deal going where it's less than $9 a month for a limited time. The biggest problem with that is they don't have any PS2 games. You know what PS2 games they have? Fucking greatest hits classics.
Yeah.
And I say that because, you know what's on there? GTA. And any other fucking other game that, like, people are like, oh,
Edgy
man.
kids played back then.
Right.
I wanna
You know what
say
game I
Project
want? You know what?
Flight
You know what
was the
PS2 game I want to be able to play?
Maybe.
Fucking Dragon Ball Z games. You know what I got? The fucking PS3 version of HD Collection, where they changed the goddamn music for Budokai 3, and I hated the music in Budokai 3. You know,
The original play with PS Now. You're getting very angry.
the Tenkaichi games are my favorite fucking games. Xenoverse is a really
Tenkaichi
cool.
3's better than Wii.
Tenkaichi 3 with the music
Never heard of
on
that
my
single
hacked
band.
Wii is okay. The music in the original and good, but so if you're gonna put games digitally, PS2 games digitally, at least have a bigger library, man. Like,
Okay, I reiterate my previous statement. This went from a podcast to Chris ranting about things he hates, and us, Wes and I just laughing back here. Besides, Wes just crapped himself. He
I'm
left it
turtle
right.
heading.
Anyway, what was I saying? I was going to say something relevant to your thing, and I forget.
PS1, PS2, PS3,
Oh no,
PS4.
their original. Thank you. Their original plan for PS
Will
Now
you quit
was
looking at your penis?
get a microscope.
PS.
They're going. I'm gonna
PS4.
make. Oh God, no. Yeah, the original they made PS Now into a thing where they're gonna be all right. We're gonna release PS3 games first because that was the latest console that came out before that. All right, we're gonna do all PS4 games. Do like an emulator thing. Put the PS3 games on the PS4.
see,
Then they were gonna do once they got to like I think it was like 85 to 90%. I think it was like 85% of PS3 games, all PS3 games, onto PS4. They're gonna take the rest of the PS3 games that they were the lower 10, 15% or 15, 20% or whatever, and they'll throw that on the back burner. Do PS2 games. Do about 75, 80% of those. Then put
PS2.
by the time they went to PS1 games. Those PS3 games, all PS3 games should have been on, and then those PS2 games, the back burner crew would work on those, while the main crew worked on the PS1 games. And it was supposed to be by like 2017, 2018, we're supposed to have every single PlayStation, like every single game that was on PlayStation, whether it be exclusive or joint
Across
games.
every system.
Of course, yes, across PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, were supposed to be available.
About a
forget about this fucking thing.
Yeah, they're even going to
Vita
add
and
Vita
PSP.
games. Yeah, they're even going to add Vita games into it.
My biggest problem with PlayStation Now.
Yes.
Let's think.
I'm sitting like Mr. Burns with hand thing right now.
Yes.
And we're
Excellent.
mocking you. Yes.
My biggest thing with the PlayStation Now subscription services, if you're gonna make it a subscription service, throw it into PlayStation Plus. Don't make me pay fucking $17 every 3 months plus $20 a month for fucking PlayStation Now.
They've got fucking PlayStation Network,
PlayStation.
PlayStation Now, PlayStation View, PlayStation View, PlayStation
Music.
something or other,
It's
yeah,
like a
PlayStation
music-
Music.
I had a free
They've got
trial of their TV
5
service.
different fucking subscriptions, and
Which
they're
is-
all like $20.
Here's the thing.
Almost.
Their yearly thing is supposed to go up $10, which is fine. I'm okay with that. And let me tell you why. The reason why is because the free games for PS4 compared to the Xbox One have been lackluster. We've got a lot of indie games, which isn't wrong, which isn't a bad thing. Indie games are great.
They're trying to show love.
Yeah, indie games are fine. However, when you've got Xbox One dropping like Black Flag for free, we just got Lords of the Fallen and Journey for free. Those are 2 big name games. Journey won so many awards, and Lords of the
By the
Fallen
way,
was
I need to
another.
make sure I get those before the end of the month with my new Plus.
You
card
just got
I
that, so put that in tomorrow. So, like, Journey's fantastic. Lords of the Fallen is, in my eyes, a poor man's Dark Souls. And it's still not. It's still.
We
super
had a
fun.
whole conversation about that at work.
It's super fun, but they're not dropping main titles. Like NBA 2K16 was the first big name title,
That was
and-
digital.
and that was digital. Yeah, first big time that was free and
I
digital.
saw that and I was like, ugh.
I really,
And it's
you know what
even-
game I really want?
Well, one second. While even Xbox One is dropping like 4 or 5, like at least one big title every month.
Not
Now-
only, sorry,
It's okay.
not only are they dropping Xbox One titles, 360 titles which are backwards compatible on the Xbox One now.
Exactly. It's like you drop that, like, oh, guess what? You can play this old 360 game that you can play.
You've got her calling card right now, by the way.
Okay. Like your old, you can play. We'll drop a free 360 game you can play, and two free 360 games and 2 free Xbox One games. PSN's like, all right, yeah, here's 2 indie games that we decided to pick for you. I mean, I like the idea of that you got to pick ones. Like Grow Home was really good. What's the one? I can't think of it now.
When did they release Grow Home?
They
A while
released it
ago.
a while ago.
Wow.
What's the
I'm out of
one?
the loop
It's
'cause I don't have
the
Plus.
something Bros. Broforce.
Yeah,
Broforce.
Broforce was really fun.
That
Broforce
was actually
really
my
fun.
last month of Plus for a while, where I got Broforce.
Broforce was is amazing.
My other big gripe with Plus, I bought this free on Plus. You lost your Plus subscription because you don't have the money to get it this month.
Can't
Guess what? You
fucking
can't
play.
fucking play any games that you got on Plus ever.
Almost 95% of my PlayStation 3 is all the Plus games I had when I first got it. And all those games that they
Which-
released were fucking
I love
amazing.
PlayStation. I am a PlayStation over Xbox person, not by choice, but because that's just what I've always had.
I used to.
That's what I'm used to. I love my PS4. I got it for Christmas last year. I was on PS3 for so long. I was on PS3 and people were playing PS4 and they're like, hey, you want to play online? I'm like, dude, I can't. I don't have that game on PS4. And for some reason, another thing I really wish game companies would just fucking open up themselves to do is, hey, this person's playing the same game online as this person, but they're on 2 different fucking consoles. Just let
Cross
them-
console. They're doing it.
Crossplay is actually happening.
Yep.
It's
Only with certain games, though.
That's the thing. They were doing it third party.
Rocket
Rocket League does it.
Rocket League?
Warframe does it. World
Okay.
of Tanks does it.
My-
Stuff like that, and that's on their
Do you have
network.
DC online?
I do.
Dude, we should play that sometime.
Sure.
Okay.
You're gonna
Shame we can't
Because
play
I am
one.
like underleveled and I don't play it because I don't have
DC
friends.
Universe is also cross-platform as well. Sony.
Sony owns the rights to that, though.
Microsoft. And
It's on Sony and PC, that's it.
Whatever.
It's not on Xbox
They're
at all.
doing a thing.
weird.
They're in talks. There was going to be a huge merger where you could pick, like you could go on and you pick like your preferences. You can do any platform or PS4 only or whatever. And like say you're playing on PS4, you can be like multi-platform or
Alright,
PS4.
so what
only.
I'm saying is I should be able to add my brother, who is an Xbox/PC fanboy. I should be able to add his Steam/Xbox name, see that he's online playing a certain game. If I have that game on
And jump
PS4,
right into it.
I should be able to click a button, hit join game, and play that game with him. Instead of going through all these parameters like set up this secret special code room where you guys can play together on the same game on 2 different fucking platforms. Rocket League does that, and
Rocket League does that.
Wow.
he has it on Steam. I have it on PlayStation. I tried to play with him on my Plus ran out like as soon as I went to try this. By the way, I went to play with him. It was back in July. That's how long it's been without Plus.
Jesus Christ.
So I guess Broforce wasn't the last thing I got. But anyway,
Force was in June.
yeah. Like, I went to do that, and like it's just way more because, okay, you set up the room. Here's the password and everything. You got to send that password to anybody who wants to play with you. Which, the only way I have to contact this person is via fucking Facebook or text.
See,
But, you know, that's It's
the thing
just,
is what
plus if you're doing
it
that
wouldn't
with
change anything different because the reason why people, at least the reason why people should pick either Sony, PlayStation, or Microsoft Xbox
/PC
over
now.
/PC over anything else is exclusive. Now PC, in my opinion, is master race. I am a console gamer because I'm not good at PC and I can't fiddle with it.
Dude,
Anyway,
I can't fucking do this shit.
It's amazing how people do it. PC is master race. Anyway, picking Xbox or PlayStation over one of them, and it's still not. It's this way no matter what is the exclusives.
Our friend Brian,
Yes,
I have him pegged as a PC gamer.
he is.
Well, I mean, like he has the PS4 though, you know.
No, he's reason why he has that is because everyone else has it.
Oh, okay.
He's
So it's
very-
basically
like-
so he can still play games with his
Yes,
friends.
if you were to be like, hey, like, you want to play a game on PC, but yeah,
He told me he doesn't have a great PC setup though.
doesn't have a great PC. He has a decent one, but it's nothing super.
He went to school for that shit too, and which it fucking blows my mind that he stays in the job that he's at because he has.
The reason being is because he's doing it for video game design. His major keeps changing.
Oh, okay.
But the only thing that's different, like everyone wants it. Like, it's the greatest like conglomerate of people that hate each other ever. It's like
the Blood and the Crips coming together.
The Jews and the Nazis.
Okay, let's go with something a little more racy. Yeah,
Yes.
why not?
See.
Oh no, Wes is Nazis coming
High on
out.
my, yeah.
It's the slaves versus the plantation owners.
Okay, no. None of that.
Let's not go
Let's
there.
not go that
Let's
far.
not go there.
No. Okay, don't do that because I picture you from like Schindler's
Schindler's List.
Yeah.
We had to watch that in college. I
did
fell
see-
asleep.
They did not comply, so I shot them.
You
Anyway.
pissy.
No,
I
no,
can't
we're
say
not.
that.
We're not going German. We're not going
I can't
Nazi.
say that.
No, you cannot say that. Anyway, it's like Xbox people are just like, we want to be able to cross platform. PS4 people, we want to be able to cross platform.
Sony. I mean, maybe. Microsoft. Fucking do it!
Yeah, Sony's being a major. I'm gonna swear again. Being a major cock block of things lately.
What I don't understand is why they just
Alright.
recently blocked mods for Fallout and Skyrim.
Because they can't make money off it.
Really? Xbox seems to be.
Alright,
doing
so-
fine with it.
I'm
'Cause
sorry.
Xbox. is
Here's
doing
the
a lot-
biggest thing. Here's the biggest difference. Microsoft based in America. Sony based in Japan.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. The reason why
Ja-
Microsoft is doing a lot of things now isn't just because they're based in America. It's because they shot themselves in the foot multiple times when they released the Xbox One.
Okay,
So they're trying to make up for it by saying, "Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have Sony's out doing this. Oh yeah, people want this one. Oh yeah, we'll do yeah, Skyrim, Fallout, have all the mods
fucking
you
backwards
want."
compatibility.
Yeah,
We're
you
gonna
guys want that?
we're gonna fucking update the fucking system every like 3 months to have more backwards compatibility. Hey PS4, what you doing? I'm a potato.
Exactly, and it's
Sitting in
like
the corner, twiddling his thumb.
Here's a new game.
Dude.
Oh, here's a 4K version of our console. You got a 4K TV? No, most people don't. Cool.
it's because it's like what Sony's doing is doing exactly what Microsoft did at the beginning.
They're
Shot
being
themselves in the
stupid.
foot multiple times.
All right, don't get me wrong.
This is my opinion, by the way. My opinion.
Don't get me wrong. I watched the entire Sony meeting
Press
on
conference.
whatever the fuck it was on the PS4 Pro, which I messaged you about, and you were probably in some sort of drug-induced fucking.
I was in a very much drug-induced stupor that night because I was sick as hell.
And I was trying to tell you about it, and you're like, "What the fuck are you even talking about?"
Yeah.
Uh,
It dawned on me like the next day. I was like, oh, okay.
PS4 Pro. I watched the footage on a 1080p resolution screen. They showed a comparison, and I still saw a difference. 1080p versus 4K on a 1080p screen, I still saw a difference because the detail in textures, the detail in lighting and colors, it's beautiful. The PS4 Pro sold me on finally wanting to get a 4K TV. The only downfall I see to this console is we support 4K and all this awesome looking graphics, and it's going to be beautiful.
They're too committed.
We don't have a 4K Blu-ray drive.
They're
We
too,
will not support the 4K Blu-ray movies.
They're too committed to
Graphics.
They're too committed to graphics and too committed to the TV
However,
that their software and hardware is gonna.
their new controller looks dopish. It looks the same. It looks the same. Give me a controller. I don't know where the fuck they are. That one right there.
There.
Right here. It looks like this. Only it's a little different where there's a light here.
Okay, so the light bar is not on the back.
It's still here,
Oh, it is.
but you see it here as well.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
I'll have to show you after we're done with this. It looks looks about the same. It's a little different. Like there's a little like different details. You guys don't need to worry about it. It's a little different here, but like it's basically the same
Overall,
controller.
it's the same.
Same
design.
controller. It looks sleeker. It looks cooler. The PS4 Pro looks like a PS4 with an extra like layer added on.
So it's not a sandwich, it's an Oreo.
Yeah, basically.
Holy fuck.
And like this light bar here on the top is now in the middle, and then there's an extra layer on top. And they're also coming out with like a slim PS4 model, where the buttons are more like this PS3 that I have here.
Yeah.
Only
touch
they're on the
buttons.
opposite side over here on this side. If anybody wants to check this out, I'll probably link the Sony thing, or like just whatever. You know what?
I mean, we're
Look it up yourself, you lazy bastard.
You shouldn't call your audience lazy bastards.
Yeah.
You are lazy bastard. You know it. I
Jesus.
love you.
I am completely
Anyway.
lost right now.
But
The one thing that I wanted to do, but we're in more of a digital age now, so it makes it completely irrelevant, except for those of us that like to collect the hard copies, is a game console with a disc changer.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
I
Why
mean-
did nobody think of that before?
I don't know. Like we're in a digital age now, so it makes
Alright,
no sense.
So we have
But imagine a PS2 with a disc changer. You put like 2-3 games in. That's a game changer, man.
yeah.
It's like what game do you want to play in? Say you got like Spyro, Ratchet, Clank, Jak and
You're
Daxter.
saying PS2, Spyro on the PS2 fucking sucked. So
I'm just using it. Okay,
Spitball.
GTA. What is it? GTA, Ratchet and Clank, and Jak and Daxter. It's like, okay, what's in disc 1? Okay, Jak and Daxter. Nope, disc 2. Okay, there it is. Ratchet and Clank. Okay, I'll play that one. What's in
Alright.
disc 3? Okay, there's GTA.
So here's the thing.
Oh my
We
God.
got the Retron, right? The Retron 5 right now. The Retron 5 can play Famicom, Super Famicom, American Nintendo, American Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Master Drive, fucking...
Genesis, Mega Drive, Saturn,
Yes.
CD.
No, it doesn't do
Okay.
CD.
Okay, I'm gonna go on the Saturn. right
It does
now.
it does all cartridges except N64. It even does Game Boy and GBA.
Ooh, really?
What?
Retron 5. Retron 5.
Well, Game Boy and GBA is it's not 16-bit, isn't it?
It's 32.
32.
It goes from 8, 16, 32. It does all
Well,
three.
64 is 64-bit,
Yeah.
so you won't be. It's a little high.
32-bit was like.
But what I'm saying is,
It's probably 32-bit's right in it. Like,
the people at
its
Hyper,
peak.
the people at Hyperskin, the people who do the Retron, they have to be working on another Retron 6 console that's gonna do
fucking
64.
everything.
All Nintendo consoles up to the 64 at least, including the handhelds.
Cool.
I would love for them to even put in like a DS.
Yes.
It'd be cool if they could somehow implement disk drive.
I swear to God, they're probably working on. When I was a kid, I came up with this. It's like a box, right? It has a disc drive in the top, big enough to play any of the discs that have been out at the time. Had a cartridge slot that was wide enough to accept any cartridge, and then like a second one that would any handheld cartridge. I thought of this as a fucking kid. When I heard about the Retron 4 and 5, because 4 was the first one to do like multiple.
Yeah.
Cartridges.
Well, the 3 and 2 did like Super Nintendo, NES, but like not Genesis. Well, anyway, I'm getting off track. When I first saw, I was like, "They fucking stole my idea."
You're like 9, like those bastards.
Well, see, I came up with that when I was in like middle school because that's like PS2 GameCube era, and that's when I came up with it. I called it the. Well, it was even
Probably
out-
something the
No, I
Devil's
came-
Rules box, something like that.
I came up with it in high school because the Wii was out. I remember this now. The Wii was out, so I called it the.
The Wii box.
The Wii box.
I have it written down somewhere,
it's gotta be
but
some
it
Devil's
ended in
Rules.
Wii.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Fuck, I got my toe stuck in the chair. Ow.
Anyway, I came up with this console. It was a box, like a GameCube-looking box with
Yeah.
like cartridge slot, disc drive, fucking 4 controller ports, and then like where a memory card should go, and then where a second memory card should go. It was instead of a memory card slot, it was a handheld like Game Boy slot.
Like they had for the GameCube. It's
Super Game Boy.
No, it was like a memory card, like the GameCube looks.
Okay.
Only it had it was a little wider, so it had like a. I still have this
GBA
somewhere.
slot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looked
GBA,
it looked a
GBA.
lot like a GameCube, only it had a
GBC.
cartridge slot on the back of it. Right. So
okay,
like
okay.
I'm thinking eventually Retron's gonna get to the point where they can implement a disc reader, a cartridge reader, and it's gonna be able to do all this shit. And eventually, you're not gonna need 700 different components. You're just gonna need one Retron, and it's gonna be able to do whatever the fuck you want it to do. Because Retron, retro gaming, in another like
Give it another 5 years and they'll have like a.
at least 3 to 4 or 5 years, like 5. GameCube and PS2 are gonna be retro
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
because they're almost.
PS1 is considered retro now. PS2 is.
PS1 came out in like fucking
PS2
96
is
almost.
PS2, I believe, was 2000.
2001.
No, it wasn't 2001.
No, because
It's, PS1 is considered retro. PS2, if you talk to some collectors, they call it retro, which makes the 64 retro, makes the GameCube almost retro.
GameCube came out in 2001.
You know what? Okay.
Almost
Speaking
retro.
of GameCube,
GameCube came out after PS2.
Yes.
Yes.
Because GameCube and Xbox.
And everybody was pissed
Came out
off
at the
because the
same time,
graphics
roughly.
weren't as good. Okay. My biggest peeve with Nintendo's home consoles. Home consoles.
Well, they've got the handheld market down pat, dude.
Dude.
No one can beat them.
Dude, they release a handheld and they're just like, watch this.
Half of Japan jizzes.
Fuck it. Let's do this.
Their biggest problem with home consoles, not only are their controllers, whatever, not only are they a little
Different.
too different for people to be accepting of.
Now we're getting into society standards here.
Right.
Using controllers.
Their biggest problem is they don't have a big enough launch lineup.
No, it's
Their launch
they have
lineup
one
is
game, two games tops.
First party, like here's a big Mario game that nobody's gonna care about in like a month.
There's a Donkey Kong one, and then that's about it.
See, the Wii U launched with Nintendo Land. That was about it. And
That was a
Well,
ball
see,
game. It was
Nintendo,
good, but
Nintendo
it was
doesn't have a lot of third-party makers though.
no
because their controls are so
because
Okay,
when they went third
what I
party
thought
with
they
the
should have
Philips CDI, that's when they fucked everything up.
no.
And plus,
No,
here's
no,
the
no.
thing: Nintendo also Nintendo
And-
has a lot of powerhouses. Donkey
They-
Kong, Mario, Pokemon, Legend of Zelda. Like
Metroid.
those are Metroid. Those are all exclusives.
Earthbound.
Xbox,
Earthbound isn't really as
Xbox,
relevant.
Xbox has what? God of War, Halo.
Fable. Man, fucking Fable
Fable,
studio closed, and I'm so
Fable,
fucking
Halo.
pissed about it.
Gears of War.
Gears of War, that's a bet. And God of War 4. Okay, and
That's
all those are more recent.
God
too.
of War is PS1.
PlayStation.
PS, my bad. Okay, PlayStation. You got PlayStation. God
Actually,
of War,
you know
Tomb
what?
Raider.
Out of all
Not
of
even
them-
Tomb Raiders now isn't
Actually, out of
So
all of
sorry.
them, Xbox has the least exclusives.
exactly. But Nintendo has, like I said, Nintendo has powerhouses. These have been games that
Have been
our parents
dominating
grew up
the
with.
market
That
for
we
years.
yes.
Our parents grew up with them. Subsequently, we grew up with them, and then now our kids
Are
will
going to
grow up
grow
with
up with
them.
Even it's amazing, and it's like they're the granddaddies of all.
Gaming.
Yeah, Nintendo is that wise old man that lives down the corner.
He's the
That
one
is
with
just like, yeah, that isn't like, he may not be old, he may not have the greatest things, but you know that he's just laughing. He's like, look at all these Sonys and Microsofts.
I'm really glad. Okay, after Iwata
trying to
passed,
be cool.
after Iwata passed, I was really scared for a lot of their fucking.
Oh, dude, no, I was worried. I was like, Nintendo's gonna go downhill in a hurry. It's gonna,
Well, see, and the guy who took over has a like mindset of Iwata,
which is good.
Really?
which is really good. Yes,
Doesn't be what's his face though.
Reggie.
Reggie.
Dude, Reginator is the American embodiment.
I
of-
lost my mind that next E3 where he's just like, yes, my body is ready. I lost it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was the funniest thing
I
ever.
feel bad because when Miyamoto passed, I was like...
Miyamoto's
complete-
still alive.
or-
It's Iwata, you moron.
Iwata, sorry. When Iwata passed, I was completely out of the loop, and then I saw it on Facebook, and I was like, what?
Dude,
And then I was like, no, this can't be fucking
Legend
real.
of Zelda.
And then I looked it up,
Kirby.
and it was all over the
It was-
fucking... It was everywhere, and I was like, holy shit.
Dude, Legend of Zelda and Kirby is what I grew up with. Like, that is literally my childhood. When my very first video game I played, well, besides Mortal Kombat, I'll tell you that story later, was Legend of Zelda and Kirby. Like, I loved Legend of Zelda. I mean, I've got it tattooed on me, you know. It's one of those things where it's like, it's whenever I hear, you know, the
You whistle that like every day.
I do. I whistle whenever I'm focused. I whistle that, and it helps me relax and focus. It's just one of those games where, like, I saw that happen, and I was just like, oh my god.
Like, the thing, Iwata passing, okay, Iwata passing, big deal, because not only was he a programmer, he knew what everybody wanted.
He was very in touch with his audience, very in touch with his consumer base.
He was a programmer. He was in charge of things. Even though he was boss, he would come down to, like, lowest level to help
would
those
be with
people
everyone.
with programming and fucking anything he needed to help with, because
He's like, where we stuck at? Here, all right, let me see if I can figure it out. Toss me the file.
if it weren't for Iwata, Gold and Silver wouldn't have had Kanto.
No.
Gold and Silver on the Game Boy / Game Boy Color would not have had Kanto.
It would have been just straight up Johto, and that would have been it.
But like, after his passing, I was super worried for Nintendo. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna go downhill. This is it for Nintendo. He was the one who kept everything in check. Because, okay, while Reggie is president of American Nintendo, Reggie has no say in what happens overall. That was Iwata.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this E3 sucked. Not gonna lie, Nintendo, you disappointed me this year. Other than showing off Zelda, E3 was very disappointing. I was really hoping for, like, some sort of direct or fucking press conference of some
That's the
kind.
thing, though,
Spitballed
is-
it at the last second.
The thing is, Nintendo doesn't usually do well at like E3 though. That's the thing.
Okay,
Because
they
blew
haven't
away the
in the
holidays.
last few years. You know why, though? Because their consoles, their consoles, they're made
They've
for
been getting worse.
They're made for
Families.
families, where, and everybody at E3 is a hardcore gamer, and just, I don't know, this E3 was the most disappointing for me personally from Nintendo, other than Zelda made me fucking, I was at my grandmother's house with my family during E3 this year.
I saw Legend of Zelda and I screamed like a little squirrel.
My little brother, who is, like I said earlier, Xbox/PC fanboy, saw this trailer for this Zelda game and thought, holy shit,
I need to get a Wii U.
I think I'm gonna like this game. My other brother, who, whatever, man. He likes, and I'm saying likes in air quotes, Zelda. He claims Ocarina is still the best one. He is,
Ocarina is good.
Ocarina's good, but he refuses to play Wind Waker. He refuses.
Okay,
Wind Waker,
Okay.
in my opinion,
He
is A+.
refuses
It
to
is.
play
It's my
Twilight.
favorite.
He refuses to play anything other than Ocarina, claiming it was the best one. And I said, dude, first of all, you were an infant, not even a thought, when fucking Ocarina came out.
you were a sparkle in your dad's eye.
Not even. Second of all, play another Zelda game, you're gonna fucking love it. If you like Ocarina, you're gonna love.
Ocarina of Time.
You're gonna love Wind Waker. Well, I don't like the art style. You're like every other
Was it?
person.
I can't remember. No, Majora's Mask came after.
When everybody, you're like every
Because it
other
was a direct
person
sequel
when Wind Waker came out.
in an open
And then
What was
people
the
are like,
feel?
well, I guess I'll play it. It's Zelda. And they fucking loved it. You know why I like Wind Waker?
One second, I'm going to emphasize something. Ocarina set the tone of what Legend of Zelda has become.
Exactly.
It has. When it came out-
Unfortunately.
There's something. Ocarina has set the tone of what its Legend of Zelda has become. You've got games that tried to transfer it, that moved it around. For example, new art style, Wind Waker, different style of going to different islands. Wind Waker, fantastic. You've got, as much as I hate it, Skyward Sword. That did a lot of things with space, like the sky stuff and land.
Okay.
Then you've got Twilight Princess, which is before before Skyward Sword, because I missed that.
If Nintendo would have implemented you can use either the Wii
More
remote,
controllers into Skyward Sword.
either the Wii remote or the
console.
traditional controls, I would have loved Skyward Sword.
They would have gotten
I
a bigger market
hate
for
it. I'm left-handed. Skyward Sword was not left-handed friendly.
Compatible.
Yeah, no. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying, like, to say something is
One
the
thing.
best, and then refusing to do. It's like, this cola is the greatest. Try this one. Nope, don't need to. This one's the best. Try this one. Nope, this one's the best. It's like,
It's like having a
completely
shitty
correct.
customer come into the store every day and say,
yeah,
"This is
it's
the
like,
greatest."
I don't know. It's just
It's basically like
closed-minded. Is that the word I'm looking
it's
for?
very close. It's a closed-minded way of thinking. You're correct.
And I mean no offense to your brother.
No, because
I compete.
he kind of is a little
See,
closed-minded.
that's the thing. Like, he played Ocarina of Time. He loved it. He played Majora's Mask. He thought it was great. But it's the fact that he doesn't want to make that jump to Wind Waker irritates me because it is such a phenomenal game.
He would love.
As cartoony as it was,
Alright, so-
it was very dark.
In my opinion, sorry everybody who doesn't agree with me. In my opinion, Wind Waker is Ocarina.
Submerged.
Just it's the same game as Ocarina, only with different graphics, a tiny bit of a different story. Because to be completely honest, all Zelda games are technically the same story with different different things going on in them, but that doesn't mean like that's just the same with Pokemon. Pokemon, what do? You catch a Pokemon, you beat the gyms, you beat the Elite Four, and maybe
Same
something
old song and dance.
maybe something afterwards, and that's about it. But I still love Pokemon, dude. I have a complete living dex. I have one of every single 720 Pokemon to date. I will have 21 in October when Volcanion is released officially.
Are you nerding out over Pokemon cards after I came back from the bathroom?
I'm saying some games just kind of reuse the same formula. And I'm saying, like, I like these series. Even if they get repetitive, I still like the series. Zelda. Okay. What do you do in Zelda? You go through dungeons.
Get a new weapon,
Kill
use that
things,
weapon.
collect items,
to beat
go
the
on
boss.
adventure.
To use that weapon, beat the boss, go to the next dungeon, get a new weapon, get a new item, use that item to travel through the dungeon, beat the boss with it.
Unless it's a randomizer.
And that's almost every single Zelda dungeon. That's almost every single Zelda game.
Except for the very first one. The very first one, you could run into things, like the very first Legend of
Oh, you
Zelda.
could blast right through it.
You could blast right through, but there was things that you didn't have to go and get to beat it. You're like, alright, I know where Ganon is, or oh, who's it here, is it here, is it here? Like,
If you were
could run-
skilled enough, you could go straight to the last dungeon, blaze through it, get to Ganon, and somehow beat it. You could somehow do that from the very beginning of the game. Well, yeah, I mean,
Because it was
obviously.
It was like Dark Souls before Dark Souls.
Obviously,
was
you had to get the
non-linear.
sword. If you don't get
Yes.
the sword, that's. I mean, okay.
The white sword. Or the magic
Miyamoto.
sword.
Miyamoto, the Japanese god of Nintendo.
The king.
The creator of Zelda, Mario, and a bunch of other things that we love. Miyamoto, when he created that first screen in Zelda, he knew what he was doing. What do you see when you first open up the original Legend of Zelda? You see this screen where there's like a couple bushes, and then there's like a cave right here, right in front of you. And then there's like a path up, a path left, and a path right. Where are you gonna go first? Ooh, there's a cave right there. I think I'll go look in that cave. What do you get first? A fucking sword. Without that sword, you couldn't do anything else in that game. So, the first thing you want to do is you want to go in that cave and get the sword. After that, you can go anywhere you want, do whatever you want. So if you happen to stumble upon Death Mountain and go and fight, accidentally, somehow magically get to Ganon and beat Ganon, just with that sword and 3 hearts,
Boom, you're done.
you beat the game.
You do that, and I find proof of that. I will make sweet, sweet, sensual love to you. Not really.
Hey everybody.
New challenge!
Boom.
If someone does that, I'm gonna be so mad. Like, alright, where's my love? Alright.
That
They somehow find you on like social media and like, hey man, I did this.
synthesize your voice into a crime system computer and find
Yeah.
you.
That'd be scary. Oh my god.
Just like your mom answers the door and she's like,
hello.
"Hi, hey, is Nate here?" It's like some like 40-year-old dude,
Who's Nate here?
like long hair, like here, glasses, and he's
Freaking,
like,
control freak
he's like-
from Teen
he's
Titans.
like, "Hey, is Nate here?" And she's like, "Yeah, who are you?" And he's like, "I'm just a friend." And she's like, "I don't think I've ever did. Shut up, just is Nate here?" She's like, and she just closes the door.
My
But
mom would punch him.
she goes to close the door. He puts his hand in the door, and she just like knocks him out. You like wander out
Yeah,
from
just like,
wherever.
well, who's my mom beating up this time?
You like wander out, and you're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he's like, "You, me, now." And you're like,
goes,
No, he's just like,
yeah,
you.
like he has a
Yeah.
screenshot of the game, and he's like this, and you're like,
oh well, yeah,
it's like you.
you're
me.
just like, fuck, and you're almost like, "Nathan," you're like,
Sorry.
"Sorry," and you're like, "Mom, I'll be back," and you just like walk outside.
He looks
Alright.
at you, holds the sandwich
I
up,
would-
and goes, strip.
Okay, alright, I'm gonna say this now. My mom is one of the nicest ladies you'll ever meet.
She
She's
really
super
is.
sweet. But like she will knock you out. I think she
Mama
has,
said, knock you out.
yeah, she has no problems with that. She's this little 5 foot tall woman in her mid I think she's 50 now.
What?
Lord.
50?
No way, dude.
Holy fuck.
She is not.
She's like 50.
She is not.
She's not. I'm sorry. She's
Okay.
She had me when
I know it's not possible.
I'm 24. I'm 24. She had me when she was 23. Okay, so she's 47. I'm sorry.
Okay, I know it's not possible, but that lady looks like she could still be
Where
in
do
her
you think
early
I got my
30s.
baby face
She
from?
looks like she could still be in her early 30s.
You tell my mom this, she will love you forever. She will promote you. Make sure you get any promotion.
She's just like, Chris, you're the new manager of the store.
Yeah.
I'm like, sweet. I'm like, hey, Chris,
Like-
you're out of here. And he's like, what do you mean, Chris? And I'm like, dude, just don't
Get out. There's too much confusion. Get out.
And they're like, store manager Chris, and he goes to answer. I'm like,
No, no,
yes.
No, that's mine now.
Yeah, I take it from him. Yes. And I'm like, who is this?
Store manager Chris.
Be like, get the fuck back here.
We're gonna have to bleep all these names. Don't forget that.
Yeah. Well, Chris isn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
But crap. No, but like, yeah, dude, she's 47.
I
She's
can't.
like 47.
I
48.
cannot believe that.
Yeah, she's 40. She hadn't even she was.
My dad's about the same age, but I cannot believe
Like
that.
I said, where do you think I got my baby face from? I got my height and my stature, like everything from the neck down is from my dad. Everything from the neck up is my mom.
Well, I would hope so.
Yes.
I got my vagina from my mom.
Shut up. I realized what I said. You know what? We're done here. We're done with this.
We're not done.
We're done.
We're not done. But
I
like,
don't want it to be done. That's. I set myself up for that one. I
My
feel
only opinion with the Zelda series, and you can fucking hate me if you want.
actually, Wes and I met because he had a Legend of Zelda picture in a binder, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that's Zelda. I recognize that." And he was like, "Yeah, man." And I had like Dragon Ball pictures. He's like, "I recognize that kind of. Is that from Dragon Ball?" I was like, "Yeah, man." I'm losing my voice. Do you hear this?
Yes, I can hear that because you're doing voices again. You're doing impressionistic art and you're losing it.
Sorry.
You're gonna go into mine like, "Hi guys, how are you?"
That's okay. I don't need to talk at work. But
We'll get the
Wes and I
public.
met over Zelda, so like Zelda's just kind of a thing that I know Wes to. I swear to God, Wes wanted to bone Link for the longest time.
He probably thought it was Zelda.
No, I was one of the few smart people that knew that wasn't his name.
But I swear to God, I was like, dude, you're like, if Link ever came to life, you'd be like, you, me, closet now.
Why the closet?
I
would just do it right. This just we're doing this.
It was, you know how every kid has a role model.
Yeah, I understand, but in
For
high
me, it
school
was
you
like
make
that.
fun of everybody for everything,
Yeah.
and that's when I met you. So
I mean, Link is a good role model. I mean, he gets the sword. He gets the girl.
He gets all the cool
He
shit.
gets. I mean, he's rich.
He
I mean,
gets a foot.
he's
He
literally
gets
just
a ladder that's literally a foot tall.
he's literally just thrown into these situations, and he's just like, fuck, I guess I got to do this now.
And
exactly.
he's got.
And he
no
does it
balls,
without
but
complaining, as far as we know, because we have. Well,
I mean, yeah. It's I don't know.
depending on the player.
Yeah.
So like, if it's me, I'm like, fuck, I can't believe I have to fucking do this.
Me, it's like, oh yeah, you gotta do this thing again.
I just kind of stare off and do whatever.
Wes does the blindfolded because he's already got the entire map mapped out.
New Zelda game, just map in his brain. Speaking of,
But-
Breath of the Wild made me need to buy a new pair of pants because there was a hole in them from the boner I got.
No, Breath of the Wild, like seriously, like I said, I freaked out like a little schoolgirl. It looks amazing, and I
think it'll
hope
do very
I
well.
am so. You okay?
Yeah, I just
Okay. I'm so much on the hype train about this that I am afraid to
Choo-choo.
get too much hype. Because I don't want to crash and just be like, "Yay, hype show!"
I'm really hoping because they already announced it's for NX and there's going to be differences for NX and everything. I'm really hoping that NX has some form of like
No.
you can play these Wii U games on
Really
NX.
shitty.
Battleborn.
Oh yeah, Battleborn. They hype trained the shit out of Battleborn, and
Battleborn
it
was
was terrible.
overhyped.
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs was overhyped.
Well,
Unity.
any
was-
any AAA game that's been put out in the
Unity
last
was good. I
at
still
least
haven't
2-3
finished it.
years.
I love Assassin's Creed. I love it. I love everything
too.
about Assassin's Creed. Unity was overhyped. It failed, and then it turned me off to Syndicate. Like I wanted to love Syndicate.
My
I
problem
just
with
couldn't.
my problem with Unity wasn't the fact that they overhyped it. I mean, yeah, they did, but the thing that they overhyped was
The
the
multiplayer.
multiplayer because it was complete shit.
It
worked
was
occasionally.
It was six missions you can do. Okay, I'm exaggerating, of course, but it's like 6 missions you can do. It's like, okay, look at all these cool guys you can possibly play as. Guess what? You don't even get to see what character you are. Everyone's a different fucking character.
Yeah.
But you're all Arno. Yeah, you're all Arno on your screen, just with different colors. Now with Syndicate, that would have been a perfect
perfect co-op Assassin's Creed because you have Jacob and Evie Fry.
Mm-hmm.
You join in, host is Jacob, partner is Evie. Bang, bang, boom, you do the entire game co-op, or you can do the entire game single player. Doesn't matter.
Characters.
I bought the original.
Exactly.
I bought the first Assassin's Creed on Xbox 360.
Yes.
So good.
It ended up being transferred from my possession to my brother's possession, which now that I left it at my parents' house, it's his game, and I'm not gonna get into that shit right now. But anyway, and I was like, oh wow, I kind of like this game. My first PSP I bought. Right here, the white one, Assassin's Creed Edition.
It's
It's a great
Assassin's
PSP.
Creed. I love Assassin's Creed because I like
I
historical fiction games.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like Assassin's Creed during the Crusades, is like, okay, yeah, I know all these guys. These are all really cool things. And then you got into Assassin's Creed 2 with Ezio, and you're like, oh sweet, dude, is that Leonardo da Vinci? Oh my god, I get into this.
You got into fucking Assassin's Creed, the one, what was it?
Those Revelations, which they
No.
dragged on with Ezio a little bit longer. We'll admit that.
I'm thinking of
But
the
they
one
did
where
the
they
same-
finally got to America and fucking George Washington was
yeah,
there.
the George Washington DLC, the Tyranny of King Washington was
Oh
the
my
DLC,
God.
which
That is
was a
insane.
fantastic DLC
Wait,
with it.
Tyranny?
Yeah, the
King-
Tyranny of King
King
Washington,
Washington.
where he beats England and
Okay,
then becomes
it's
a monarch.
it ties with the end of Assassin's Creed 3. I don't know if you played
Does
it.
he have to kill George
Yes.
Yeah, you killed.
in the
you
Tyranny
killed
of King
yeah.
Washington, he wins the war with
And-
England and becomes a
Because
tyrannical
what happens
monarch ruler
at the end, I'm gonna spoil it. I don't give a shit.
and tries
At
to
the
ruin
end
everything.
of Assassin's Creed 3, you find the Apple of Eden, or a Apple of Eden. Let's put that.
a piece
and
of
Apple.
An Apple of Eden, and you're standing there and you go to give it to George. What happens is George touches it and then ending. But what actually happens is the DLC kicks in at that point. He touches it. Connor is transported to another to another
An
alternate
alternate dimension.
reality. Well, he remembers everything from the previous one, but no one else does. He is an assassin, but he's not an assassin. He never in the alternate universe. He doesn't become an
He's
assassin.
got the assassin skills, but he's not
an assassin. Yeah, he's still part of his Indian tribe. So like he has like this wolf head on, and it's really dope looking. Like,
And he's trying to save his tribe that's being overrun by these
by
British
Washington
American soldiers.
And it's cool because you get like was it wolf, falcon, and something
else.
bear.
Yeah.
And like the wolf allows you to go invisible for a short period of time. The falcon allows
gives
you
you
to
the
glide
ability to
over
fly.
great distances, and the bear gives you an attack boost. So you pretty much just like rah, one shot. And so you do all this stuff, and like he's basically making like Egypt in the Americas, like all this pyramid, and you fight George Washington, in like this giant pyramid thing, and you assassinate him, and like you kill him, and he's like blah, 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 and it goes back to the normal reality where you're still holding that apple and George is touching it, and it cuts back, and George and Connor like look at each other, and he goes, "Did that?" He goes, "Maybe it was a vision." Blah blah. What actually happened? No time happened between the end of 3 and the end of the DLC because it just merged back. It was
I
like
love when they can.
it was like a pocket dimension.
I
sort
love
of
when they
thing.
can tie a story together that conclusively.
Yeah, it was like a pocket dimension sort of thing.
Excuse me.
And he's Washington because the Connor's offering to Washington, and Washington goes, "If that's what I would become, no." He goes, "Get rid of it," so he gets rid of it. But then in Unity's the next one, no Black, yeah,
Black
Black
Flag.
Flag's the next one, and Black Flag's the
Edward.
next one with Edward Kenway, who is the
Edward Kenway was not
grandfather.
originally an assassin.
No,
He ended up.
he was a pirate that was just looking for fame and glory. Ended up crossing
He-
paths with an assassin trying to turn Templar. Got mixed up in it.
And he ended up killing him by mistake.
Yes, killing a
And
bunch of
then-
Templar. No, he didn't kill him by mistake. Killed him on purpose. Killed a bunch
yeah,
of
that's
other
right.
assassins on accident, and felt bad.
Not
'cause his-
thinking about it.
Yeah,
And then
his first mate. What's his name? I can't think of his name.
Adaway.
Adewale.
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 By the way, Nate is wearing an Assassin's Creed shirt
I
right
am.
now.
Assassin's Creed 4. There's a Black Flag one too. Adewale.
Has he?
Becomes an assassin, and basically this whole chain of events
He
makes him
frees
becomes an assassin. He becomes an assassin, and it's really cool because it's in between 2 and 3, like the Revelations in 3, and Connor is actually a grandson of is it grandson or
his
great
grandson of
great
Edward
grandson
Kenway.
of Edward Kenway.
Because in 3 they established that his father
Was
was a Templar who was the son of Edward.
yes, and there's Hatham.
Hatham Kenway.
So are all
And Hatham
the
He was
no,
originally
no,
an
it is his
assassin.
grandfather because Hatham Kenway is the son of Edward. Because
Yeah.
at the end of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you're in the opera house, and he goes, "Hatham, come here," and it's a little tiny Hatham, like he's this big, and he's like, "All right, Daddy," and he teaches the way to assassin, and then becomes Templar.
So are all the assassins in the game main characters of the games related?
They're in some way related.
Technically, yes.
Okay, next question. I know originally it was like we're gonna peek into your mind and see all the.
It turns from
Genetic
Desmond.
memory searching.
Yeah, it turns from Desmond doing a memory search for or getting captured in a memory
To
search.
Subject 17.
Yes, getting memory search to help find these pieces of Eden, which are the apples, and later on different
And the
artifacts
rods and
from
staff.
the first civilization, which is where we get our biblical things of Adam and Eve, who are actually first escapees of this whole thing. It's complicated.
It's fucking confusing.
What do you think of the movie coming out?
I have a huge erection.
I mean, do you think
Because video game movies, for the most part, are
My-
usually shit.
No.
Super
That's
Mario
you're
Bros.
absolutely right. As Super Mario being a prime example. No, with Warcraft the movie coming out, with Warcraft movie that came out,
I hadn't seen that.
blew up the box office. Fantastic movie. Even
Did it
if
do
you
it
don't,
justice?
yes. From what I'm not a huge Warcraft
All
fan.
right,
I
so-
never played.
The guy who plays Ragnar Rothbrok,
Mhm.
Ragnar Rothbrok, sorry, in Vikings, is a main character in Warcraft.
Yes.
If you look at the fucking poster, they literally took a promotional art from Vikings,
Mhm.
used the same picture, changed the hair a bit,
Uh-huh.
changed the color of paint on his face, but it was the same fucking picture.
Yeah. It's the Warcraft. I'm not. I like the games Warcraft. I like World of Warcraft. I play World of Warcraft, but it's like I'm not huge into the lore. My friends are. They're fantastic at it. They love it. But it did it so much justice. Like it was great. So I think in these next 2 to 3 years, maybe 5 years, we're gonna see us wean off of comic book movies. MCU's wrapping up, DC's doing their thing.
MCU's not wrapping up anything
Well, I
soon.
meant like wrapping up a major arc. So we're gonna see not only comic book movies that are being done
We'll
justice.
go into the board games.
We're not gonna see Yahtzee. All
Well,
right?
no.
Yahtzee!
The movie.
Coming this summer. You better roll quick.
Sounds like
Monopoly.
something that you'd see in fucking.
Don't
Robot
pass
Chicken.
go.
Exactly.
Don't collect $500.
200, you pleb. Anyway,
Get wrecked.
but
Scrub.
I think we're gonna see like movies like we're gonna see an Uncharted one. We're gonna see a
They are making an
better.
They're
Tomb
making an
Raider.
Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
Who
a
the
better,
fuck? Alright.
No, I'm not done yet. I'll let you go. An Uncharted one, a better Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed. We're gonna see a Jack and Daxter. We're gonna see a Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and
Sonic.
Clank already happened.
We're gonna see a Jack and Daxter. I forgot that.
They're
We're
making
gonna
a
see
Sly
Jack and
Cooper.
Daxter. They're making a Sly Cooper one. We're gonna see
Sly
all.
Cooper's been in the works for like 3 years
We're
now.
gonna
Just
see
because
this.
they're trying to make it
We're gonna see this whole
flawless.
explosivo of video game movies that are going to be rivaling comic book movies.
See,
Ooh.
the one thing, and this is just me going off on a tangent, but the one thing about the Ratchet and Clank movie was it was not true to the original. I
wasn't
have the
supposed to.
game. I know it wasn't
It's
supposed
supposed to be a reboot.
It was, yeah, it was a reboot, which I have the game. I've played it. I've pretty much mastered fucking everything in the 2 months that I had it. Like, I beat it within the first 3 weeks I owned it. And then I'm like halfway through beating it again. And the way that the direction they took it was phenomenal. It was a complete retelling of the original from a different point of view.
Mhm.
The point of view from Captain Quark, who was the main villain under, well, the semi
He was like
antagonist.
he was like
He
the
was a semi-antagonist under Chairman Drek, who tried to lead Ratchet and Clank off and defeat them. But
Convoluted storyline.
yeah, exactly. Like they took
they,
and they had Captain Quark telling the story of their exploits in his own point of view.
biggest
which
problem.
was different,
Biggest
but
problem
it was good.
with characters like Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter. They're gonna try and make, oh, look at these kid-friendly, fuzzy characters. We're gonna make it kid-friendly and fart jokes, and they add some of that in there. But because the original game developers / writers have a hand in it, they're like, no.
Don't do that. Just
We're gonna
don't
tell a
do it.
cohesive story here, and it's gonna stay true to what we are originally made, well, we're gonna mix things up a bit, and people are gonna actually love this. What I was gonna say is, who would you cast as Nathan Drake?
Me.
What, no, I mean, like,
Okay, an
I don't
actual.
know who they have casted, but they say that he's supposed to fill the role flawlessly, from what I've read. I don't know what his name is, but they said that he's super into doing it.
do you know the guy from Castle? The show Castle?
I think that's who they might have,
His
actually.
name is Nathan.
Nathan Fillion.
Fillion, that's it.
I think that's who they actually have signed on to do it.
If you look at that guy,
No, yeah.
he's Nathan Drake, dude.
Yeah. No, that's definitely. I'm more curious about. I'm curious about what they're gonna do with Sully.
Sully, dude.
I love Sully.
Can we have John
Goddamn.
Goodman? Like, skinny John Goodman?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God.
John Goodman as Sully, or huh?
Not Tom Hanks.
No.
Tom,
He's already playing a Sully,
No,
so
I'm never traveling with Tom Hanks.
no one ever. will.
I was gonna say
Victor
Ron
goddamn
Perlman, but he's got
Sullivan.
too much of a stone jaw to be Sully.
fucking skinny John Goodman.
Skinny John Goodman.
Come on, Drake.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I like that. Or
God damn it, Ken.
Who would you cast as his brother Sam? That's hard to say because his brother, they have a likeness. Okay, the first time I watched the Uncharted 4 trailer with his brother, I was like, who the fuck's this guy? And then he's like, hey, Drake, I'm your brother. Like, they kind of like,
Blew out.
without saying I'm your brother, blah, 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 they kind of just like, we're brothers.
Okay, Drake. Like the look on his face when he saw him in the trailer, it was like, oh my God, that's got to be his brother. And like you could tell it was his brother by the look on his face when he saw him. He's just like,
it's got the same derpy look.
exactly.
Naughty Dog's done a really great job of making characters, human characters, relatable and believable.
There's this.
They couldn't have picked anyone better to play Drake than Nolan North, in my opinion.
Oh, no.
I don't think anyone could have done Drake justice.
I mean, Nolan North does a lot of voices. I mean,
Something I wish they would do with because we have the technology nowadays. They've done it with video games where they'll motion cap a face, and the face is almost the same as the
and they'll just morph it a bit.
morph it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
They mocapped all of Nolan North for the Uncharted games, except for his face.
Well, what I'm saying is mocap the face, mocap the body, everything. Make a movie out of that, out of those. Like, okay,
Just mocap
if
like
you've
you
seen
would
any cutscene where it's mocapped,
Smooth.
it's
So
beautiful.
you want to see something like Advent Children?
Well, only a little, because Advent Children, while pretty realistic and beautiful,
Square
you can
Enix.
still tell you're watching something CG.
I said like it, not.
We're getting to the point in technology now, especially.
I don't want to see live people in my movies. I want to see CGI'd things.
We're getting to the point in technology where you can almost not tell the difference.
No, you're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
especially with that 4K.
But see, CGI
Ultra
is
HD.
extremely expensive too.
That is completely, well, it's becoming less expensive because it's the medium.
And I mean, I suppose that if you do an entire movie of CGI, it's less expensive. But then, like,
Actually-
you can literally just add anyone. I mean, I guess then it would be like stunts would be a lot.
No, because
easier.
when you mocap, okay, the biggest difference between Metal Gear, Snake, David Hayter, and I'm already a monster cause fucking 24 got Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
If you look at the faces between 3 and 4, same Snake, even
You
Peace Walker,
can tell.
even
It's a
Peace
different
Walker,
person.
which is a more closer to that age Snake, you can tell it's a different kind of
His
graphical style because obviously, and 2, you can tell it's a they used his face as a model for this Snake. You can tell because there's just little differences in the like.
just like not
And
major,
for-
but just enough to tell the difference.
Yeah. Because, I mean, in the trailer that we got for Metal Gear Solid 5, when they showed him removing the goggles, you could tell it was a completely different person. Because, like, I saw the face and I was like, I know that face. Like, just looking at it, him as Venom.
He has like a fucking what's the game?
Monocle.
It's a monocle, but it's reminiscent of Tom Clancy.
Rainbow Six?
Splinter. Oh, the
Splinter Cell thing, yeah.
Oh, the Try one or the Ghost
Yeah, it's the
Recon?
Try one.
Okay.
It's the night
It looks
vision
like the
goggles.
Try one, only there's one right in the middle.
It's
Oh,
like a
it's
giant
a-
night vision goggle.
Yeah, those are actually real, dude.
Like I said, it's just one right in the middle. He
Okay.
lifts it up and he just goes, kept you waiting, and it doesn't sound anything like the original. Metal Gear, I'm gonna suck your dick. Sorry, that was off the wall. But
You're getting tired.
it was nothing like the original Snake voice, which at first I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You're ruining my favorite video game character by changing the okay." Here's the thing: Metal Gear Solid.
There we go. Podcast the Rantcast.
3 and Peace Walker. He's like, "Cause blah blah blah." You know the David Hayter voice, and then you go to MGS4 where he's an older guy at the very end. Spoilers. Fucking play Metal Gear Solid 4. It's been out for like 10 years. Anyway.
I'm already a monster.
Metal Gear Solid 4, he's played by, I think his name's Richard Doyle.
Yeah.
Which,
Okay.
Anyway.
Time out. I want to state this quick.
I get it.
Yes.
At the beginning of this podcast, you said that you can't get things due to things otherwise. That's the thing.
Shut the fuck up. No, he's wrong.
What? Just bleep it all out. Just a solid bleep.
So anyway, it doesn't matter. It's been going on for like almost 2 hours. No, everybody's clicked away from this by now. They're off watching porn, jerking it.
Just traveling.
Anyway,
we should wrap this up soon.
shut the fuck up. I'll do what I want.
Yeah, okay.
This is my channel. Anyway,
Fair enough.
so Richard Doyle played Big Boss in the Metal Gear Solid 4, which is supposed to be the closer to the series, the closer to the story of the series. Anyway, and his voice is more older and like, you know, it doesn't sound
mature,
it
yeah.
doesn't sound anything like any other Snake. And then you get Kiefer Sutherland, who has to be that in between, and as an in between.
Super weird and.
But as an in-between, like, I can't believe I have to do this. And I can't, I don't even remember the voice. But
Yeah.
the end of 4 voice, he does a great job as, guys, so I already have to do this.
He's kind of got that.
Raspy.
Yeah, he's
it's right in the middle
He's doing his voice, but he's losing his voice at the same time.
It's
just like,
it's literally right in the middle of where it is, for that time era of Snake, it is perfect. And like I said, at first when I saw, because I didn't know the storyline when 5 was first announced, nobody knew this. But when it was first announced, like, as the Phantom Pain, nobody knew it was Metal Gear. Well, people knew because, like, he left the fucking missing parts of the letters, and people were like, look, Metal Gear Solid 5 fits perfectly here. Anyway, when they first announced that Kiefer Sutherland would be doing the voice, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Why would they change the voice? People were sending fucking David Hayter tweets, like, what the fuck, dude? What's going on? He's like, dude, I don't fucking know, man. I just work. I don't
ask questions.
He's like, they didn't call me back. It's not my fault, you know. He actually sent me a
Yeah, I
happy
don't see
birthday
it.
like 3 years ago. It was pretty sweet.
Nice.
I was like, hey man, can I get a happy birthday from the OG Solid Snake? And he was like, happy birthday, signed DH. And I was like, fuck yeah. Anyway,
Did he do an actual codec for you?
no, but High D. Anyway, fucking,
What was that?
I don't know.
It's,
In the
finds out with the helicopters.
it just as an in-between super old Snake, which that Snake shouldn't even be alive because it's like 20 fucking
2016.
Is it 2016? Wow.
Yeah.
We have caught up to Metal Gear Solid 4, everybody, and look
We
at
have no
And
mechs.
then
look at
fucking
look at our technology compared to that.
Rising Revengeance was 2018, I believe. 2018 or 2019.
Anyway, he shouldn't even be alive because he was born in like the 1940s.
Well, it was
Well,
his
it's
genetic code.
It's the genetic
Right.
code, yeah.
But anyway,
It was his
as an
genetic
in-between of like the 60s, 20s, in his late 20s, early 30s Snake, to 2016 should have been dead Snake, that voice that Kiefer Sutherland provides for Snake is fucking
It's good. It's
Well,
very good.
Yeah. If they ever do a live-action Metal Gear Solid movie,
Oh,
and
that's another one that's in the works that's been talked about.
if they don't get Kurt Russell, who plays Snake Plissken in Escape to New York or whatever, to do like at least a cameo in that movie, because that's where Kojima got the name Snake from that movie. Anyway,
Turn my
what the fuck was even our original topic?
My original topic was Star Wars.
Was it? Wow, how did we get
Star
here?
Wars and Spaceballs.
Star Wars and Spaceballs was our original topic, and they,
Somebody
No,
make me.
it was you went on a tangent, and
Yeah,
then we
about
went with you, and then
fuck
you went on
Konami.
another tangent.
About
Somebody make me a
flow chart of how this
chart
happened.
of how we got here.
Like one of those genealogy things.
Yeah, it's like
It's like,
family
alright,
tree.
first year, Wes, Nate, and Chris started talking about this. Then Chris went off a tangent here. Nate came over here, John Madden style it too. It's like, as
Alright,
you
you got
can see,
your-
Football.
You got you start right here and you're fucking tangent over here and we're gonna
see,
loop
Chris,
over here.
Chris
and
went over here to
wrap around.
tangent, Nate and Wes followed. Then Chris went on a rant and went from a podcast to a Rantcast.
Three
Next thing
times
you
in
knew,
a row.
3 times. Nate just kind of went along with it. Wes is
And
over
that's
here.
how the ball game goes.
And that's
Boom.
how.
Football.
We got it right
Score
here.
28
Boom,
Eagles.
boom, boom.
Score 28 Eagles. Washington Red Wings 5.
Redskins.
Red Wings.
I know. I'm saying it.
Gross.
Red Wings is from Final Fantasy. Everybody.
It's
Gross.
also a hockey team.
Is it? Wow, I didn't know that.
It's also
Who
a
the fuck
sexual
watches
achievement.
that fucking?
It's also a thing when you have
Canadian
sex with a
bullshit.
It's
girl.
also a sexual achievement.
Whoa! Things get kind of gross after this, so we're gonna stop things right there. It's been almost 2 hours, and I'm pretty sure you're tired of listening to this. So, thank you if you did sit here and listen to all of that. Leave me some comments on some of your opinions on stuff that we talked about, I guess. Hopefully this turns into a thing where Nate and I sit down and talk, and more details on that later. And this is being recorded later, so nobody else can say goodbye, but see you later.